and the other 6 are related to those 11. There is a revival going on in America, and that's what has them terrified. A revival of truth, information, our founders, and faith, and you keep it up. That is what they're afraid of. They have worked 100 years to get you to be fat, lazy, and stupid, and in under a year, you're dismantling all of those lies. The other question that I had on this whole thing of this, and there's an unholy alliance thing, was why pick gold? Why gold? Well, let me say this. I don't really care how you spend your money. I don't care. I mean, a lot of people disagreed with me when the Dow was up at 14,000. I said, get out of it. It's a house of cards. Some people did, some people didn't. Where you spend your money is up to you. But I will tell you that I put my money where my mouth is. I'm the biggest loser in all of this if I'm wrong. I have food supply in my house. Yep, I do. I have guns. And I might have a gold coin. Weiner says that on gold there needs to be more disclosure. And I love this because somebody in Washington calling for transparency. Where have I heard that before? Well, I think the reason why you watch this program is because I am who I am. Warts and all, you don't like it, that's fine. That's fine with me. I spent most of my life hating me until I sobered up. I can get not liking me. I get it. But I tell you what I believe, and I think few do that. I'm an open book. I'll tell you when I'm wrong, and I have been wrong before. I do say invest in gold. I do. But I also tell you at the same time, this is a doorway of insanity. That's the threshold of insanity, gold. But am I alone thinking we live in insane times? I have people, I've had probably 3 billionaires, who told me, I don't know what to do to preserve my wealth. I don't know. I don't either. That's why I've been focusing on faith, hope, and charity. Those truly are our gold standard. That is the secret to all of it. Those are the only things that are going to hold us together because, gang, we're going to need each other when times come down. We're also going to need to know the truth when time comes down. You know, if you're somebody who reads scriptures at all, the Bible talks about times like these where people go out and they bury their gold and their treasure, and they bury it in the hill and then they come back and it's worthless when they come back for it. What is that about? I think that's where we're headed, especially without faith, hope, and charity. The gold standard is called the gold standard because we decided way back, Moses' time, golden calf, we decided that gold was valuable. It could have been clamshells. It really is psychological. After all of the bank failures in the 1930s, people stocked up on gold. People needed gold. This is an original gold coin. It wasn't taken by the government. And see, they could do that. April 5th, 1933, executive order came out, and FDR ordered citizens to give up their gold and trade it all in to the Treasury. If you said, hell no, I won't go, I'm keeping my gold, you would pay a huge fine or 10 years in prison. The only gold that survived was considered art or collectibles. That's why Weiner is very upset, because I buy these. But you can buy this. This is a brand new one. Congressman Weiner warns consumers by saying that gold is a non-inflation-based high, that it's at a non-inflation-based high, okay? Implying it's not a good investment. It's a non-inflation-based high, because we're at a peak. Really, you'd be buying at the peak. But let's adjust for inflation, just so we're not shady or a Weiner. We've already crashed the WeinerFacts.com server, but keep checking back because you need to know about it. But right now, gold is just under $1,200, okay? Non-inflation-based high. He's right. Back in 1980, gold hit a then record of $873 an ounce. See, you're at the top. No. That's what Wieners say. Non-Wieners point out inflation matters, because this, with inflation, is actually $2,287. This number is bigger than this number. Not even close. Inflation. He tried to make people, I mean, these people are amazing. He tried to make people believe that inflation doesn't matter. This is a $20 gold coin, okay? When this came out in the 1900s, you could go in and buy a really good men's suit with this. $20 worth of piece of gold. That's it. $20. Okay? Have we inflated things? Has there been inflation since this was minted? I could go and buy a good suit with this. Well, I could buy a good suit, which is not this. I could go out and buy a good suit for about $1,200, which is what gold's at now. Inflation. This is the same. It was $20 when they made it. It's $1,200 now. Now, why was gold high in the 1980s? There was no talk of economic collapse. No. Because of inflation. It doesn't change with inflation. It never has. We were spending too much money. That's inflation. They print so much. Well, it's worse now, right? So why is gold still relatively low? Why isn't it up here? Because they figured something out. As the government, they need your money. They got to have your money. Why? What are we selling to China? We're selling bonds to China. That means they can spend more. Well, if you think a collapse is coming, if you think things are bad, if you think inflation is coming, well, you're not going to put your money into gold. Into treasuries. You're going to put it into gold, which made this happen. But they figured it out. That's why the Treasury came up with something called TIPS. Treasury Inflation Protected Securities. What you do is you buy these, and you say, they're lying, man. Are you kidding me? Inflation's going to go through the roof. You buy these. It's a hedge against inflation. It's a bet against inflation. It's a hedge against what they're telling you is the truth right now. In the 1980s, they remembered this. They realized that if we have problems, people take their money out of bonds and put it into gold or silver or precious metals. When you do that, you then are in control of your wealth, and they lose money. That's why they came up with this. That's why this price is not over here. Because they also needed to do something else. They needed to make sure that they could get away with spending out of control as long as they could. If gold was $3,000 an ounce today, you'd be freaking out. The markets would be freaking out. So they made it paper instead. Because most people don't understand this. Oh, well, that's not so bad. Oh, no, look, in 1980 it was here. This is nonsense. TIPS allows you to continue until the patient is almost dead. Congressman Weiner, under the guise of attacking me, is not really attacking me. He's trying to put blinders on this society. The hedge for inflation now is bonds. TIPS suppresses the price of gold. Do you get it? Despite that, bonds are climbing. Gold prices are climbing. If you believe the government will default, the price of gold goes higher. This is not about me or anybody else. This is about shutting down another way for you to protect yourself. Protect yourself. It doesn't have to be this. Find another way. In Germany, they banned naked short selling. Did you know that? Why? Why? Why are they doing that? Short selling. Because if you understand the market is basically Las Vegas, it's gambling. If you think something's going to go up, if you're going to invest in that, you're going to make money, right? But if you think something's going to go down, it's like standing at a craps table. You're voting against the guy, okay? You bet against it. That's the market. It's called short selling. That way you can see what people think are coming. But they're going to take that away, too, which will put more blinders on you. So you won't see what the market says is coming. You'll have to listen to them. And they want to take away this. Investigate that. Just invest in treasuries. Do you remember the scene from the Ten Commandments with the pillar of fire and Moses in the burning bush? I need you to, there it is. I need to explain this to you next, because it's what you need to remember. Coming up.